If you know the signs a girl is turned on by you, you'll know what moves to make. The signs might be subtle, but they're certainly there if you look hard enough. Contrary to the popular depiction of a sexually aroused female, which entails ripped clothes and a ridiculous amount of dirty talk, the telltale signs of a horny girl are sometimes subtle. They're often not readily recognizable. It's not like she has a neon sign saying, "I'm horny." It's something she feels, and she'll let you know if she wants you to be aware of it. But you can learn the signs and get a heads up. There are signs she's letting you know that she wants you to explore the bedsheets with her. Let's check out a few ways you can learn that a girl is horny when she's around you. 1. She looks at you like a piece of well-done steak. Otherwise known as eye sex, this type of flirting is her long-range strategy. It lets you know that she's turned on, or at least she's willing to let you make a move on her. You will notice that she will keep stealing seductive glances at you, wanting you to look back. And when you do, she'll let herself get caught, blush, and she'll then flash her come-hither smile topped with the occasional lip bite. 2. She's a lot flirtier than usual. We assume that you've established at least a neutral type of relationship with her. You do the usual things that friends or acquaintances do, like hanging out and a little casual talk every now and then. And then, for some reason, you notice that she's flirtier and more teasing than usual. 3. She's obviously touchy-feely. Another sign that a girl is turned on by you is when her hands travel to places where they usually don't. This doesn't mean that she'll grab your crotch immediately, though. Her touching could be subtle, yet a ritualized invitation for you to do the same to her, and she's telling you that she won't mind. She'll stroke your arm while listening to you intently. Perhaps she'll stroke the side of your face. It could be that she brushes an invisible piece of dust off your shirt. Basically, any type of touching that she doesn't normally do is touchy flirting. Along with other hints, it's one of the signs for how to tell if a girl is feeling horny. 4. Your conversations are kinkier than usual. If she's asking way too many personal questions, or leaving suggestive remarks in the middle of your conversation, it could be a sign that she's into you sexually. Verbal teasing is a dead giveaway that she's horny. Usually, women are notorious for using subtle and indirect signals. If she's being more vocal about her desires, it means that her needs are so urgent that she's being direct. She might do this by making sexual double entendres in the middle of an otherwise normal conversation. Perhaps she'll mention her preferred sexual positions and past sexual encounters, or ask you about your own past sexual experiences. 5. She flaunts her best assets to you. You've seen this before. The untying the hair clip, stooping down when talking to you to let you see her cleavage, wearing that V-neck with a push-up bra or yoga pants, or fixing herself up for you even in a casual meetup. It could only mean that she's locked into you. She'll present herself in her most attractive form in your presence. This means that every detail is carefully considered, from her outfit down to her perfume. 6. She lets you touch her and she's comfortable. This could be described as the dead giveaway prior to the point of no return. Girls, even the most flirty ones, are very sensitive to unwelcome touching. So if she lets you touch her, then there is no need for further explanation because you know what comes next. Be careful though, and start carefully. Don't just slide your hand inside her blouse unless you want a deserved slap. Make it more romantic in order to build sexual tension for the both of you. 7. She moves in an obviously sexy way. She probably doesn't walk with her hips swaying all the time. So if she's amplifying that hip sway and turning around to check that you've noticed, it can only mean one thing. The same can be said for dancing. Most women wiggle a little when they're dancing. But if she pulls you close and grinds against you, it's pretty likely that she's feeling less calm and a little horny. 8. She dresses up in sexy outfits. No, we're not talking about sexy maid or nurse outfits. We're talking about deliberately looking her best and showing off her figure to you. If she normally wears sweats or doesn't make a huge effort and then suddenly she's rocking her best threads, it's a very possible sign you've got a horny girl on your hands. 9. She'll look at your lips when you talk. Lips aren't just biological things that are there for a reason. They're pretty sexual things too. If she's gazing at your lips, It's very likely that she's imagining what it is like to kiss them and perhaps feel them in other places too. If she's gazing at your lips, it's very likely that she's imagining what it is like to kiss them and perhaps feel them in other places too. If she bites her lip regularly, well, bonus points. 10. She fidgets while talking to you. When she's talking to you, does she seem distracted? Does she keep touching her neck, waist, or hair? Or is she looking at you intently and doing these things? These are all scenarios that tell you a girl is turned on, especially if she's biting her lip too. 11. She wants to drink with you. A girl having a drink with you does not mean that she's horny and wants to take things further. But if she's suggesting a drink and showing you several other hints, it's a major possibility. We all know that a drink or two often helps to loosen inhibitions, and perhaps that's what she's implying. 12. She wants to go to your place. Again, it might be that she's tired and wants to watch a film, so be sure to check the other signs before making a move. However, most girls don't suggest going back to a guy's place without at least some intention. Move carefully with this one, but bear it in mind. 13. She does everything to invade your private space. Most of the time, we know to respect someone's personal space, and we don't think about getting too close in case they get the wrong idea. However, if a girl is doing all she can to get right into your space, ask yourself why. She's trying to tell you that she wants to be a whole lot closer, and it's one of the key signs a girl is horny. 14. She turns into a giggly, clumsy girl. She can't focus, so she turns all clumsy and starts giggling about it. Of course, a bashful girl can simply be that, a cheeky and giggly girl. But again, check the other signs. It could be that she's so turned on, she can't actually think straight. Now you know when women are turned on by you and all the signs to look for. What should you do about it? Firstly, you have to be sure. Don't just think that she's feeling horny because you nodded along to one or two signs. You need at least a handful, and even then, it's not totally confirmed. Plus, we know that just because someone is feeling tingly down below doesn't mean they're going to want to jump into bed with you. So, you first have to acknowledge what she's doing. You can repeat it back to her by saying something like, "You're fidgeting a lot there. Are you okay?" with a cheeky grin. Or if she's getting very close to you and invading your personal space, mention that she's super close to you. This tells her that you're noticing her signs, and if they're unintentional, she'll probably back off. If they're not, she might move even closer. Then, you can start to confidently escalate the situation, but always be clear about what she wants by asking her. Consent is important. She'll feel comfortable with you because you asked, and that will make the experience much more fulfilling for the both of you.